All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop wasting your life and actually start owning your potential. We're going to break down the two biggest enemies we all face. First, the enemy that lives inside of us, and second, the one thing we can't escape, the unstoppable force of time. So, yeah, let's dive in. So, let me start with a question for you. Imagine someone offered you 1 crore rupees, which is a little over $100,000. The catch? You have to spend it all today because you won't wake up tomorrow. Would you take it? I mean, really think about that. Is there anyone on this planet who would actually say yes to that deal? And right there, that's your answer. The single most valuable thing you have is tomorrow morning. It's worth more than all the money in the world. And yet, it's the one thing we just throw away without a second thought. So here's the thing. Before we can even begin to manage our time, we have to face the real reason we waste it in the first place. And that leads us to our first battleground, confronting the enemy within. This right here is where the real fight starts. It all begins with a really brutally honest admission. Something like this: I am nothing but weakness. And you know what? We all feel it. We get emotional, we procrastinate, we get distracted by stuff that just doesn't matter. But saying this, admitting this, that's not a sign of failure. It's actually the very first step in the fight. So you're faced with a choice, right? On one side, you've got the trap. The trap is just giving up, saying, well, I am what I am, I'm doomed. But on the other side, you've got the fight. The fight is this belief that you can struggle and scrape and claw at those weaknesses day after day just to get a tiny bit better. That's the choice. And this quote just nails it. The real battle isn't with your boss or your circumstances. It's against your own procrastination, your own self-doubt, your own laziness. If you can win that war inside your own head, believe me, the challenges on the outside, they just don't stand a chance. So really, it all boils down to this. Life is not going to just hand you things on a silver platter. You have to find that inner grit, that fighter that just won't quit, that dog within you. Because make no mistake about it, life is a dogfight. Okay, so once you've started to wrestle with that enemy inside, you've got to face the big one on the outside, the great opponent that gets every single one of us: time.
You know, in the ancient Atharva Veda, time is described as a fast horse that never, ever stops. You can't buy it, you can't bribe it, you can't slow it down. You really only have two choices: get on its back and ride, or just stand there and watch it gallop off into the distance without you.
Now look at this number, 86,400. What do you think that is? I'll give you a hint. It's not money, but it is way, way more precious. That's it. It's the number of seconds deposited into your account every single day. And it's a currency that expires at midnight, whether you spent it well or you just let it disappear. Think about it. If that were money, you'd invest every last penny, wouldn't you? So why on earth do we treat our seconds any differently? And this is where it all comes together. This brings us to what are maybe the two biggest sins you can commit against yourself. Number one, believing you are weak, which we just talked about. And number two, wasting your time. You see how they're connected? They're two sides of the exact same coin. You have to conquer your inner weakness so that you can properly value and use your time. It's like what Tony Stark's dad said in the movies. All the money in the world can't buy you a single extra moment. Every second you let slip through your fingers is gone for good. It is the ultimate limited resource. Okay, so we've identified the enemies, right? The one inside and the one outside. So now what? Well, now we need a battle plan. We need a strategy. So let's talk about the art of falling forward. Denzel Washington put this so perfectly. You know how people always say you need a plan B to fall back on? He says, forget that. If you're going to fall, you might as well fall forward. That way, at least you see what you're going to hit. The point is, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a huge, necessary part of it. And history is just filled with proof of this. Take Reggie Jackson. He holds the Major League Baseball record for the most strikeouts, 2,600 of them. But we don't remember him for the strikeouts, do we? We remember him for the home runs. Or Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before his 1,001st try gave us the light bulb. Every single one of those failures was just a step forward. All right, let's get super practical for a second. There was a Harvard study that looked at 100 different productivity hacks, and one just blew the others away. It's called time boxing. The idea is so simple, but the effect is huge. You stop making endless to-do lists, which, let's be honest, are basically just wish lists, and instead you schedule a specific block of time for every single task right on your calendar. You're not just deciding what to do anymore, you're making a real commitment to when you'll do it. It forces you to get real about your 24 hours. But here's the catch. For time boxing to actually work, you can't just block out time for some vague idea like work on project. Your goals need to be crystal clear, and that's where the SMART framework is so incredibly useful. It makes sure your goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It basically gives every single time box a mission, a powerful why behind the what and the when. So here's the crucial part. You've got the strategy, the time boxing, the SMART goals. That's your logic. But you still need that inner grit, that emotion we talked about at the beginning. You see, peak performance is like a dance between logic and emotion. When you've planned everything out, but you just can't see a way through, you have to use raw emotion and willpower to push. And then, when your emotions are just screaming at you to quit, you override them with cold, hard logic that says, nope, the plan says I don't stop. And all of this, all the fighting, all the planning, all the falling forward, it brings us to the final, and maybe the most important question of all. What's the point? What is the end game? What will you leave behind? Denzel Washington asks us to do this thought experiment. Imagine yourself on your deathbed, but he doesn't want you to picture your family or friends. He wants you to picture someone else standing there, and they are angry. They are disappointed in you. And this is the ultimate cost of a wasted life. Standing around your bed are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential. They are the ideas you were too scared to try, the talents you just let waste away, the person you could have become. These ideas, these dreams, they came to you and only you for life. And now, because you didn't act, they have to go to the grave with you. So the final question is, how many ghosts will be standing around your bed?